What's up, Warhams? Welcome back to the Crusade campaign. It's episode 5, and it's Genestealer Cults vs. Astra Militarum. We've got Chris back with us today, and we're playing a brand new mission from the Beyond the Veil mission pack. If you haven't already done so, you should follow Chris on Twitter, the link is in the description, and be sure to subscribe so you know when the next episode comes out. Let's get to Warhamming. So it's been a while since I've recorded an army composition for my Crusade force, so I'll do one now since I've made some significant changes. So we still have the same Warlord, my company commander here. He has the Warlord trait Superior Tactical Training, which means on a 4+, whenever he issues an order, it affects another unit. And he also has the relic Laurels of Command, which means on a 4-up, another order is issued to the same unit. And those do stack, so I can issue 4 orders to 2 different units when I'm issuing just 1. So then we've got 3 infantry squads here, all with Voxcaster, Plasma Gun, and Missile Launcher. We've got a squad of mortars, which I added to my roster before the last Genestealer Cults game, and I've spent a requisition point to maximize the number of conscripts that I have to 30, and they've now been upgraded to Grizzled, which means they have a 6+ Feel No Pain. I've got my Primaris Psyker, which has the psychic powers Mental Fortitude, which is Warp Charge 4 and makes the unit fearless that he's targeting. And he's got Night Shroud, which is Warp Charge 6 and causes a -1 to hit the unit in shooting. I tend to aim him at my conscripts and help buff them. Then I've got my Ministorum Priest. He's been upgraded to have the Weapon Enhancement Shredder. So now his chainsword always wounds on a 4+. Then I've got a new unit here that has not seen combat yet, but it's a special weapons squad, and they've got 3 flamers. They're just 1 power level, so I thought it'd be nice to include them. And then I've added another heavy support choice, which is this Basilisk, and that required me to add a second detachment, which is a Spearhead detachment, so I'll be starting with 3 less command points. So here's my Spearhead detachment, led by my tank commander and a Punisher, and he's been upgraded as well now, so his Punisher Gatling cannon is getting +1 to hit. So at full profile, he'll be hitting on 2s with that cannon. Then we've got a Basilisk, which I've spent a requisition point on well-stocked magazines, which is reroll 1 or both number of shot rolls. So that'll be handy since he rolls 2 anyway, and picks the highest, and then I can choose to reroll the lower one anyway, without any risk. Then I've got my Demolisher Siege Tank with 2 plasma cannons and a las cannon. Oh, and I almost forgot that I've upgraded the Demolisher cannon to be also getting +1 to hit. So he'll be hitting on 3s with full profile with that Demolisher cannon. And then my second mortar squad. So I learned from Zach that having indirect fire is very helpful, and so now I've got 3 units that can fire indirectly, and I think that's going to be a nice bonus. So this is a 60 power list now, and I've got 2 other units that are on my roster, because my roster's at 65 power, and it's my Commissar and my las cannons. They weren't able to make the cut this time, and I've dropped the second company commander that you probably didn't even know I had because I haven't fielded him yet, just to make room for this Basilisk. And since we're at 60 power level and doing a strike force battle, I'll be starting with 9 command points.
Yeah, so this army's pretty much the same as it was before. We've got the Rock Grinder, we've got an understrength unit of Genestealers, and we've got a unit of Acolytes, 2 units of Neophytes with seismic cannon, mining laser, grenade launcher, and then same again but with a Weber. The new unit for this time is going to be the Aberrants. We're going to give those a run, see how they go. And we've got the Patriarch, who last time took a chest wound. He was repaired. They're Bladed Cog, so they're kind of Adeptus Mechanicus servants basically, and he got repaired with Artisan Bionics, so he now gets a 5-up Feel No Pain and +1 Strength. I included this time the Sanctus with the sniper rifle, the unit I forgot last time, the Kellamorph, the Abominant, and the Magus, and the Patriarch is my warlord.
Sweet. What psychic powers do they know?
So the Patriarch has Mental Onslaught and Smite, and Mass Hypnosis, and the Magus is Cult Psyche, so he has Psychic Stimulus and Smite and Undying Vigor, which is the Bladed Cog specialist one, and that gives him a 5-up Feel No Pain. And he can cast 2, deny 1, and the Patriarchs cast 1, deny 1.
Gotcha. So the mission for today is a Strike Force mission called Fueled by Faith. It is in the Beyond the Veil Crusade mission pack that was recently released. And the way it works is there's an attacker and a defender, and the defender is set up in the 24 inches that are in the center of the board. We're playing on a 44 by 60 table. We're actually doing a 48 by 60 because it's just easier with the size of my table that I've got. And the way the victory points work is if the defender controls the objective that's in the center of the battlefield, they score 20 points at the end of their turn. The defender also can't score victory points on the first battle round, so they will only be able to score a maximum of 80 points. But at the end of the game, if the attacker is on the objective, they get 90 victory points. So since there's no other way to score points, it's essentially if the defender is on the objective for at least one turn, the attacker has to get onto the objective to win. The victor bonus is that the victor's warlord gains 3 experience points, and if the victor is the attacker and their warlord is within range of the objective marker, that warlord gains 5 experience points instead. So this will be a cool mission to be able to buff up the Patriarch or my company commander. So the attacker goes first, which will be the Imperial Guard today, and the way deployment works is that the defender sets up first, and on turn 1 the attacker's units come in from strategic reserves. So they can move up to their full movement as long as they're 9 inches away from the defender's deployment zone, and every unit counts as having moved that turn. There's an additional special rule called March of the Faithful, and the attacker's warlord gains an aura where it can add 1 inch to the move characteristic and advance and charge rolls for all units, excluding vehicles and bikers that are within 6 inches of the warlord. We've got the deployment zone of the defender marked out by this big building in the center and the 2 buildings to the north and south of it. And as far as terrain goes, all of the ruins that are 2 stories are obscuring. All the craters are difficult ground and provide cover, and these crates and antennas here in the center are line of sight blocking. The short ruined walls are breachable by tanks and provide cover as well. Also, if you've been enjoying the Crusade campaign, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because there's more battles to come. So here we are at the end of the Imperial Guard movement phase. So I've had to deploy at the end of the movement phase everything. So I've tucked my mortars back here where hopefully they can't be seen, and then if they do get seen, they've got this crater for cover. I've got one of my infantry squads here, partly in the building and ready to move up. I've got both my tanks, both my Lehman Russes over here on this battlefield edge, and another infantry squad, and I've tried to be fairly even with my deployment. So I've put my squad of conscripts with their 2 supporters and then another infantry squad here, and then I've tucked that basilisk back in that corner, hoping it's not going to get touched. So we'll move on to the shooting phase. I'll start with orders. I'm going to do Strike and Shroud from my tank commander. So the tank commander will be shooting at these aberrants right here.
So, 80, so they're on 4s. So, made a lot. So it's 3 went through, and it's damage.
Damage 1.
Damage 1. So then they've got a 5-up shot. So 2 go through.
Alright.
Which kills an aberrant.
So that was the Punisher cannon, and now we're moving on to the heavy bolters. So the heavy bolters will be hitting on 3s because only the Punisher has been upgraded. 5 hits, and then wounding on 3s. 4 at -1.
5 up. So 3 go through, and they're 2 damage a pop, but they have -1 damage.
Okay.
So that's 3 wounds basically. The 5 up feel no pain. So 1 wound goes through.
Wow. Not as devastating as I would have liked. And then finally the stubber. 3 hits. And then wounding on 4s. 1 wound. AP 0, 1 damage.
So 4 up. It's fine.
Cool. After shooting, he launches his smoke launcher, so he'll be -1 to hit in the shooting phase.
Okay.
So now we'll move on to my company commander. He will issue his first order to this closer mortar squad here. He's going to do take aim, so they'll be re-rolling all misses, and on a 4-up, it affects the other unit of mortars, which it does not. And then on a 4-up, he gets to issue another order to the same squad, which he does. And he will issue Bring It Down, which is re-roll 1s to wound. So they'll be shooting at the Brood Brother. No, not Brood Brothers.
The
Neophytes.
Neophytes?
The Neophytes, yeah. So, is it minimum 3 because they're 10?
Okay.
So, D6 number of shots. So, 12 shots at the Neophytes. So, the mortars have scored 8 wounds on these Neophytes. AP 0.
AP 0, so 4 ups. So 3 saved and 5 go through.
Okay. So, now the company commander will issue take aim to the second mortar squad, and on a 4-up he gets to issue that second mortar squad another order, which he doesn't. And on a 4-up, the infantry squad to his right, over there by the Demolisher, will be affected by take aim as well, which they are. So the mortars, number of shots at the Neophytes again. So 3d3. Wow.
Nice.
So 16 shots. So the second mortar squad has scored 8 wounds on this squad of Neophytes.
4 ups.
Wow, pretty good.
3 drop.
So there'll be 2 left. And then my final order will be from my Primaris Psyker. Just need to see if anybody can see. So the Primaris Psyker will be issuing take aim to this infantry squad in the crater, and they'll be shooting at the Goliath because that's all they can see. So I'll start with a crack missile.
I will probably spend a point to do evasive driving
Okay.
on them, which basically takes AP -2 down to 0 maybe.
Okay. Gotcha. Crack missile, hit, and then strength 8. So no wounds. And then the plasma gun, I'm going to supercharge it. So re-rolling that 1. Both hit. And then it's strength 8. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds at -3. So what is that, -1?
No. That's still -3.
Oh, still -3. Okay.
Which I don't think is a save. Nope. No save. Yep, so just damage.
Okay, so 4 damage. So 6 lasgun shots into the Goliath. Rerolling 1s. So 3 hits. I need 6s to wound. 1 wound, AP 0.
So, yes.
Cool. So now with the orders over, I'm going to move on to this Demolisher tank. The Demolisher is going to be shooting at these aberrants here. I can only shoot the cannon once, so D6 number of shots. I'm gonna command reroll that.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
So it'll be 6 shots, and the Demolisher hits on 3s. No reroll because I count as having moved. So only 2 hits, strength 10, so 2s. 1 wound, AP minus 3.
AP minus 3. Okay, so I get 6 up, feel no pain. Nope. Oh, 6 up save.
6 up save, yes.
What's
D6 damage. 2.
So it's down to 1 damage. And
Okay.
then it gets 5 up, feel no pain. Do I want to reroll that?
I've also got
What
2
else?
plasma cannons and a las cannon coming in at them.
I am going to reroll that. Oh, no.
Plasma cannons, number of shots, 10. Since they would feel no pain, I'm going to supercharge them.
Okay.
Well, no, don't they roll it down to 1 damage anyway?
They roll it down to 1 damage.
Okay, so I'm not going to supercharge. So these hit on 4s. Strength 7. So I decided not to supercharge. 3s. 5 damage. 3. Yep.
Okay, so 6 something vulnerables. No, and then damage is just 1.
Just
right?
1.
So 5 up, feel no pains. So 4 wounds through, so not 2 killed.
Last to shoot before my basilisk. Almost forgot that. Only the missile launcher and plasma gun can see the aberrants here. So I'll be shooting the missile launcher. I'll do a crack missile since these guys are pretty beefy. So hitting on 4s or 5s because he moved with a heavy weapon. Strength 8. Toughness 5.
Yeah. 4.
4? Okay, so that wounds. Minus 2.
Minus 2, so 6 something vulnerable. Nope.
D6. 3.
3, so 2 damage, and then 5 feel no pain, so another 1 dead. Oh, they're all dead.
Oh, that's not an aberrant there?
Character.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. The basilisk will fire in at these Genestealers.
Okay.
So I roll 2d6 and pick the highest. And then I can re-roll 1 or both of the dice because they have the stratagem fully stocked magazines. So I'll re-roll both. So 3. 3 shots. Hitting on 4s. 2 hits. Strength 9. So wounding on
2s.
2s. 2 wounds minus 2, I think.
So 5 up and vulnerables, so 1 goes through.
And that's the end of my turn. So we'll move on to Genestealer Cult's turn 1. Oh wait, we got some morale, I think, for this squad.
Oh yeah. So they lost 8.
Hey!
But let's see.
Well, 1's an auto pass. So.
Ah.
Yeah, so they're good.
Good, thank goodness.
That's it. I think, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Are they even within range of your...
I was just going to check that, but
Doesn't matter.
That's a harder one.
Alright, so that's the end of Imperial Guard turn 1.
Okay, so I'm spending a CP for cot reinforcements, basically on the unit there, so I get 5 of them back.
I was feeling pretty good about my shooting phase till that happened.
I don't know, it's been pretty effective. We'll see how the charge phase goes.
So here we are at the end of the Genestealer Cult movement phase. What are those? The Genestealers. Yeah.
Advanced, they got 6, which was awesome, so we finally got out.
Yeah.
My Patriarch also got a 6 on his advanced roll, which is awesome. My Bomblet got 5 on his advanced roll, so this unit are hungry for blood after that first salvo.
Yeah.
This unit just came out of the crater slightly, so they can get line of sight on the units down there. My Goliath Rock Grinder managed to get over this. He can't go through this, but potentially it's a little way in through there.
Yeah.
This unit of Acolytes advanced as well. They got 5 on their advanced roll, so they passed through the ruin and came out there.
Well, they've got hand flamers, so they'll be able to shoot without penalty, right?
I don't think they can shoot because it's not assault weapons.
Oh, it's a pistol. Gotcha.
But at least they'll be within charge range, theoretically. Yeah. My Kelmorph moved up onto these ruins slightly, or into the ruin.
Mm-hmm.
I played cult reinforcements, so I got another 5 models back on the neophyte unit there. My Sanctus moved up onto this, so he's got a line of sight onto your Psyker back here. And my Mega stayed still, and that's movement done. Psychic. The key one here is we're going to try for Psychic Stimulus from my Magus onto my Abominant.
Okay.
Really need this to go off, and I don't think that is it. CP re-roll it. Hooray! So I'm down to 11 CPs. But that goes off, but basically means he fights first, but critically he can advance and charge.
Gotcha.
So that was my first Magus power. The other one is he's going to cast Undying Vigor on my Genestealers, which goes off on a 7.
Alright. What does that do again?
Basically gives him a 5-up feel no pain.
Okay. Yep.
And then my Patriarch is going to cast the Mental Interrogation, which is Walk Charge 4 on your Tank Commander. Oh, which he does not make. That's pain. And that is the end of my Psychic. Start with my Sanctus onto your Primaris Psyker.
Okay.
So he's got the Gift from Beyond, which adds 2 to his wound roll, but he gets 1 shot, hitting on 2s, so he's hit.
Yep.
It's Strength 4 versus Toughness 3, so wounding on 3s, but he wounds on a 5 effectively.
Okay. Any AP?
It's -1.
-1, so 6 up armor. Nope. Not make it.
And he will take D3 damage.
For 3? So he's got 1 win left?
3, and then...
I perils?
You perils, so...
So another D3. Alright, well that kills him. Because he only had 1 win left anyway.
He died from the perils, right?
Yes.
So he will explode.
Oh gosh. So my Psyker explodes from his forced perils of the warp. So D3 on my priest for 1. D3 on the conscripts for 3. But I get 3 6-up feel no pains. But still 3 die. 27 of them left. And then this infantry squad here for 3.
So Sanctus doing his work today.
Yeah, he effectively killed 7 models just now.
So I am not shooting with either one of my near-fight units. That one's out of range. I don't want to do it because I think the risk is that you end up taking casualties away from the front and making this charge more complicated.
Yep.
And I really don't want that charge to fail. So we're going to leave that unit not firing. The only other unit I've got to fire is my my Rock Grinder, and he's going to put all his fire into this remaining unit.
Okay.
So it's 2d6 shots of the Clearance Incinerator. So 9 automatic hits.
Yep.
3s. Oh, look at those 1s and 2s.
Wow.
That is appalling. So it's 3 at -1.
Alright, so with cover for being in the crater, it'll be 5 ups.
Oh, nice. Just
1 more. Yeah.
And then he's going to fire his heavy stubber in there, so it's heavy 3.
Yep.
He moved, so these are 5s. So no hits.
Alright.
And I believe that's all my shooting done.
Cool. Nice and quick.
That's quick, yeah. So charge phase.
Yeah.
The critical one. Genestealers into the infantry unit and the tank commander.
Okay. I'm going to overwatch with my tank commander.
Okay.
So I'm going to be using 2 command points to do defensive gunners and overwatch. So I'll be hitting on 5s. The Punisher cannon has scored 6 wounds on overwatch.
So 5 invulnerable.
3.
So 3 go through and 1 damage apiece, right?
Yep.
So these are 5 up feel no pains, so 3 die.
Alright. Here are the heavy bolters. 3s. 1 wound, -1, 2 damage.
5 up.
Alright. And then the stubber. Hey, 2 hits. 4s. 1 wound, AP 0.
5 up, no, and then 5 up for no pain.
So how many did he take out?
It took out 4.
4. Wow. Alright, now you can do your charge distance.
So
8, plenty.
make it in. Just pop it in like that. Next one is my patriarch. He's going to try and make the tank commander,
Okay.
which he does not do. We're going to do the abominant into the other tank and the guardsman unit,
Alright.
which he definitely does.
Yep.
And then on this side, we're going to do Goliath Rock Truck into the conscripts,
Okay.
which he does not do. And we are going to re-roll, CP re-roll that. And I don't think he's going to do it on that either. And then this Acolyte unit going to charge into this unit. They're going to need a really high roll.
8.
Don't think that's going to do it because of the crater.
Thank God for craters.
Okay. So end of charge phase.
Yep. Want to roll straight into combat?
Yeah.
Alright.
So Genestealers get 3 attacks each. We are going to put all the attacks into the infantry squad, hitting on 3s. 1, 6 3s, 5. 2 of them are going to be at -4.
Okay.
And 3 of them are at -1.
Okay. So 3 6-ups. So all go through. So that's 6 total.
5.
5. So all 5 of the normal guardsmen have died.
And then the abominant.
Yep.
On the charge, he's got Mark of the Clawed on the side, which is a Bladed Cog relic.
Yep.
So on the charge, on a 2+, he deals mortal wound to 1 enemy unit. Of course. He will not reroll it. And then he's got 3 attacks with his sledgehammer, which are going to go into the tank. So he is sitting on 4s of these. So it's, and then 6s score 2 hits.
Okay.
So he scores 5 hits in total. His strength is 12 on this.
Alright, so 3s.
3s. I will reroll one of those. Oops. So 4 wounds. And it's -3.
So 4 6-ups. 1 of them makes it, so 3 go through.
3 go through, so it's 3d6 damage, minimum 3 on each die. So that's 3, so that's 11 damage.
11. He's got 1 wound left.
And then he's got 2 familiar claws.
Okay.
We'll put them into the guardsman.
Okay.
So 1 hit. And that wins.
So 6 attacks from the guardsman. 1 hit. I need a 5. That's a 3. So nothing from the guardsman. The tank commander, he's got 3 attacks, hitting on 6s. Nothing as well. And then I've got 1 attack from my demolisher tank since it's at 1 wound. Misses. So I've got 8 attacks from these guardsmen. Hitting on 4s. And then wounding on 5s. Is he toughness 6? Toughness 5.
The abominant is toughness 5.
Okay, so 5s. No wounds. So I struck back and did absolutely nothing. As expected. Alright, so anything else?
No, that's it.
So I lost 5 here, so I need... So leadership 7, so I need a 1 or a 2. Hey! So they lost 4. So they need a 1, 2, or 3. They're good. And then they lost 3. Their leadership's 6, though. So I need a 1, 2, or 3. Oh! Alright, so another one runs away. So we're gonna do the...
It's gonna be a lot of dice.
Yeah, we're gonna roll for these people running away. So I did the runaway roll and 6 more ran away. So I'm down to 20 conscripts already. So now we'll move on to Imperial Guard turn 2. So here we are after the Imperial Guard movement phase. I've grudgingly stayed in combat over here with them. I think my tank commander can handle those Genestealers and shooting, hopefully. And then this is just a nightmare. I can't really do anything about it. Then I've inched forward with my conscripts. I'm not sure what they're gonna do yet. They're orderless and leaderless over here. And then I've stayed put with this infantry squad here. So we'll move on to shooting. We'll start with orders. I'm trying to take something out with the mortars here. So I'm going to issue take aim to the squad closest to my... Or I'll issue take aim to this back squad of mortars here.
Okay.
On a 4-up, it'll affect this other mortar squad, which it does. And then on a 4-up, he'll issue a second order to that back squad, which he doesn't. So they will shoot in at, I guess, the Patriarch, because I need to do something about him. So 3d6 number of shots. 14. So the mortar scored 4 wounds on the Patriarch.
And 0 AP.
Yep.
So 4 ups.
Yeah.
And then because of his artisan bionics, he gets a 5-up feel no pain, which makes...
Great. He'll do his second order to this mortar squad in front. He's going to issue reroll wounds of 1 to them since they haven't been affected by that. And on a 4-up, it'll affect this infantry squad here. So the mortars I don't think are going to do much to the Patriarch, so I'm going to fire in at these neophytes here. So minimum 3 because they're above 6. Chain turns into a 3, so that'll be 14. So the second squad of mortars scored 10 wounds on this squad of neophytes.
0 AP, right?
Yep.
So 4 ups. So failed 4.
So now I'm going to use a command point and issue an additional order with my commander. He's going to issue fixed bayonets. So this infantry squad will fight the Abominant.
Yep.
As if it were the fight phase. So that squad did their attacks and did nothing. Didn't even wound once. So now we'll move to my tank orders. He's going to do... He doesn't have anything useful to give himself. So he's going to unload into the Genestealers. So we'll start with the Punisher cannon. He'll be hitting on 3 since it's -1 for shooting in combat.
5 up. So much fail. This could be the end of them. And then they've still got 5 up feel no pain from uncommon vigor. But that is their white.
Ugh, I wish I'd decided to split the fire. Alright. So, now that this squad isn't locked up in combat, they're going to shoot at the Patriarch. I need to get at least 1 wound on him so I can do overlapping fields of fire and hit him with my Basilisk. So I'll start with a crack missile, hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. Strength 8, so I need a 3.
Toughness is 5.
Okay.
5.
Wounds, -2.
That's 2, so he's on a 5 up invulnerable, and then damage.
D6. For
Ooh.
6.
Game changing. He's got a 5 up for no pain. Oh, that would be 5 wounds. I have to come on and reroll one of those because he's only got 5 wounds after that chest wound. No, that is going to be massive.
Well, go missile, man. Very unlikely. Infantry squad there helped clean up this flank. We'll move over to here. I'm going to shoot the plasma and the missile launcher into the Goliath, and then I'll shoot the 2 las guns and las pistol into these acolytes. So crack missile, hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. Misses. And then I'm going to supercharge the plasma. So 4s, rerolling 1s, both hit, strength 8. So 3s, -3.
-3, so no save.
Okay, so 4 damage.
4 damage, so basically gets the 6-up rugged construction.
Gotcha.
So 3 damage, go through.
The 7 lasgun shots into the aberrant acolytes. Ooh, not very good. So 2 hits. I need 4s or toughness 3?
Toughness 3, I believe.
So 1 wound, either way. AP 0.
1 wound, so they're on a 5-up. Nope.
And I'm gonna try shooting the conscripts at the truck. So it's gonna be rapid fire, so it's gonna be 38 shots because I've got 1 guy tucked into the ruins for coherency reasons. So 38 shots.
Take 4 ups, so 1 goes through.
Alright.
Oh, and then
Oh yeah.
6-up rugged construction. Nope.
The conscripts managed to take a wound off that truck. Now all I got is my basilisk. Yeah, I'm gonna charge the truck. I'm gonna shoot the basilisk at I'll shoot it at these hand flamer guys.
Okay.
They're getting a little close. So 2d6, pick the highest. And then I could choose to reroll 1 or both, which I'll reroll both. 6. There we go. So 6 shots. Did I kill 1 of those?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do overlapping fields of fire. So I'll get +1 to hit for my basilisk. So hitting on 3s. Rolling 1s because they're Cadians, but that didn't help at all. Alright, strength 9, so 2s. 2 at -3.
2 at -3, so they get 6-up invulnerable. Up. So 1 dies.
And then we'll move to charges. I'm going to charge the conscripts into the truck.
Okay, I'm gonna pay 2 CP for Overwatch.
Okay. I think it's just 1.
Is it 1?
Yeah.
So 2d6 auto hits with the incinerator. So that's 8. It's strength 5, that's toughness 3, so
3s.
So 6 wounds -1.
Alright, 6 ups. And then 6 up, feel no pains. Hey, so 5.
3 shots from the heavy stubber.
Alright, so charge distance 5. So the conscripts have moved and piled in to the truck. They're still within 6 of the priest, so they'll be getting their extra attack and re-rolling failed hits on the charge. Hitting on 5s. And then re-rolls. And then wounding on 6s. So they managed to wound it 5 times with their bayonets.
So 4 ups.
Oof.
6 up, feel no pain. Nope. So 1 damage.
It's down to 1.
Down to 1 wound.
So now you get to pick a combat.
Okay. Well, we will start with our aberrant, I guess.
Okay.
So we have 3 attacks on the tank, which is good, and then we've got 2 6s, which sparks 2 more, and 3 miss. So 3 wounds.
Okay. -3. So 6s. Alright. All 3 go through. So that's a dead tank.
Yeah.
Does it explode? No.
the 2 familiar claws on the unit next door.
Yep.
The infantry, so 1 hit, 1 miss.
Alright.
First wound.
Fail swoon?
Yeah.
Okay. So their attacks back, so they're gonna pile in. So 12 attacks on the average. Wow. Then wounding on 5s.
So 4 up and vulnerable. And then 1 goes through and he gets a 5.
Yeah.
So on his bottom profile, the Goliath only gets D3 attacks. So just the 1, which is a hit. Because I don't think his weapon skills. Yeah, the weapon skill doesn't degrade. His strength a lot. So that's -3, so it's 1 hit, basically.
Alright. So we'll kill this one. So we will move to morale. We killed 5 on Overwatch. And another one died. This is 6. So I need a 1 to pass. But I will use 2 command points. Bringing me down to 4. And I will auto pass them.
Okay. They get a morale check
Oh,
because
yeah.
they lost 2. So they're fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So we will move on to Genestealer Cults turn 2.
After lots of consideration, basically moved my neophytes back towards the centre to try and give my magus some protection and try and keep hold of the objective. I have spent 2 CP to give my Abominant Bestial Vigour, which gives him +1 on his Bestial Vigour rolls. I put 1 CP into Devoted Crew to allow my Rock Grinder to fight on top profile. And I put 1 CP to give these guys cult reinforcements, which brought 3 of them back, which makes the unit full strength. And that was... Oh, and the other one is Return to Shadows. So basically allows my Kellamorph to go back into Deep Strike.
Okay.
So he'll appear at the end of movement phase next turn.
Gotcha.
Psychic. We are going to cast Undying Vigour on my Acolytes over here, which goes off, I believe. So that gives them the 5 up, feel no pain.
Okay.
We are going to cast Psychic Stimulus on the same unit, which goes off, which basically means they fight first. They could advance and charge. I didn't advance them because I need them to shoot. And that's the end of Psychic phase.
Okay.
So shooting phase. We'll start with the Rock Grinder.
All right.
So it's 2d6 automatic hits from the Clearance Incinerator. Do I want to spend CP on that? Yes, I think we're going to spend a CP and re-roll that. Get exactly the same result. So 7 automatic hits on these white shields, which is wounding on 3s.
And it's 6 ups.
Yeah, -1.
6 ups followed by 6 up, feel no pains. Ugh, 4 more.
The heavy stubber firing into combat, so it's heavy weapon firing into combat, so it fails to hit all times. And then we're going to have my unit here fire the hand flamers into this unit here.
Okay.
So it's 46 automatic hits. So it's 10, 14, 3. So that's 3.
In cover, so 4 ups. 3 go through.
My Sanctus
Okay.
is going to fire 1 shot at this squad over here. So, no. So no hits from him, and I think that is the end of my shooting.
Any charges? assuming.
Yes.
At least one.
Yeah, so these guys are going to charge into squad here.
Yep.
Which they just about make. That's the only charge I've got.
Okay.
So charging unit, yeah. So these guys, they've got 2 attacks each. So there's 4 regular guys, so it's 8 regular attacks. We'll do attack with the cultist knives, which basically gives them an extra 1 attack each. This many attacks, and they are hitting on 3s, and then they are strength 4 versus toughness 3. So that many wounds, 0 AP.
So 5 ups.
Oh, wow.
Alright, so 2 go through. So it kills off the missile launcher and the plasma gun.
And then the leader gets 3 attacks with his lash whip bone sword. So again, hitting on 3s. So 3 hits, and it's strength user, so 3s, and that's at -2.
Alright, so it kills him.
Right, and we are gonna consolidate 3 inches, right?
So now I pick a combat.
Yep.
And I'm gonna pick the truck. So the conscripts are gonna get 20 attacks with their bayonets. The conscripts scored 2 wounds with their bayonets.
So 4 ups. Yes.
Oh.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay. Well, we will, I guess, fight with the Abominant into that group over there. So we are going to pay 1 CP to do over 30 oppressors. So this means extra attacks on 5 or 6.
Okay.
Only 1 hit with his sledgehammer, and it's definitely a wound. It's -3, so
yeah.
kills one. And then 2 attacks with the familiar claws. So 1 generates another attack, which misses, and fails to wound.
All right.
So this is attack's over.
And I will attack back. So, all right, 11 attacks hitting on 4s. So 4 hits, wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
1 wound.
Yep.
So he's got his 4 up and vulnerable, which he fails, and then he's got 5 up shrug with +1 for the thing, so 1 wound goes through.
All right, but he's just gonna heal it back later.
And then Goliath Rock Truck.
Yeah.
So he gets top profile because of the strat played this turn.
Mm-hmm.
He gets 6 attacks. His Jordazer blade. Nice. These are 2s. So it's 4 wounds.
6 up field no pains. So 4 more.
I think it's end of turn.
Okay, so I need morale on my conscripts.
Can they hold? This is the big question. They've
Yeah.
been legends so far.
I'm gonna have to spend 2 more command points.
We'll take past them.
Yeah. Alright, unfortunately. Okay, so we'll move on to Imperial Guard turn 3. So here we are after my movement phase. I've moved my priest up. Hopefully he can get into combat with that truck. And then I've scooted forward a little under half movement with my tank commander so he can still fire twice. I advanced that infantry squad and broke out of combat with this infantry squad. So everybody else has stayed put. I've still got my artillery crew back here and my basilisk back here. So we'll start shooting. My tank commander, he's going to issue himself an order. He's going to issue his version of take aim, where he'll reroll ones to hit. So we'll start with the Punisher. We'll shoot everything at the Abominant. So we'll start with the Punisher. So after the first volley from the Punisher, we've got 9 wounds. Maybe 0.
This is 4 up. Vulnerable. So these are looking for 4s. So 4 go through. And does he get to fire again?
Yeah. And then I'll get the heavy bolters after that.
So 4 wounds go through. So he's dead.
Alright, that was easier than last time. So I will issue move to this infantry squad, so they get to move in advance as if it were the movement phase. And then his second order will be take aim to the back squad of mortars, and on a 4-up, it'll affect the front squad of mortars, which it doesn't. And then on a 4-up, he gets to issue them a second order, which he does. He'll issue them bring it down, which is reroll wounds, rolls of 1, and then on a 4-up, that affects the front squad. It does. So they'll be firing at this larger squad of neophytes. So 3d6 number of shots. So 9, because minimum 3. After the mortar is fired, 7 of the 9 shots wounded.
So 4-ups.
I'm going to spend a command point to issue an additional order from my commander to the front squad. He's going to issue them take aim. They will also be firing at the same squad of neophytes. So 3d6 number of shots. 8. So the second squad of mortars only did 3 wounds.
So, I don't think anyone's in cover now. So that's 3 more dead.
So now we will shoot my Basilisk, and I'll be shooting at the squad of Acolytes. There we go, I'm learning. I'm going to start with the Heavy Bolter in the front, since they can see him and he can see them. So 4s, 3 hits, 3s, 3 wounds, so you get cover. It's -1.
Okay. So they're on a 5-up. So 2 go through.
No, 2 damage each.
2 damage each, and then they've got a 5-up feel no pain from Undying Vigor. So first one, nope, he's dead. Second one, nope, he's dead.
Earthshaker Cannon, 2d6. I'm going to choose to reroll both because of his tank ace ability. Alright, so 4. Alright, hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s. Hey. So all 4 hit, 2s. All 4 wound, -3.
-3, so they're on a 6-up invulnerable. Hey! And then what's the damage?
D3. So, first one is 2.
It's 2, so 5-up feel no pain. Nope, 1 dead.
And then the second one. Well, they're both 3. So.
He's dead.
Alright. And then I've got my las pistol from my priest. I'm going to shoot that at the remaining acolyte. So 4. Need a 4. So that's it for shooting. So I'll move to charges. I'm going to charge with my priest into the truck. So he makes it. Alright, so the priest gets 5 attacks on the charge, rerolling all misses, hitting on 4s. So 4 hits. And then with his upgraded chainsword, Shredder, it always wounds on 4s.
Oh, wow.
Alright.
Dodged a bullet.
Yep. So, no wounds from Shredder. So, now you get to pick.
Well, I think this is the only combat I'm left in it. 3. So 2 attacks. 4s, neither one hit.
Alright. And then the conscripts. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 attacks. Okay. Hitting on 5s. And then wounding on 6s. Nothing. So, any morale?
This guy's got morale. So he lost 4, and they are leadership 7. I am going to have to spend 2 CP, I think, to keep them there. I really need that unit.
Okay.
So.
Alright. And then, is that squad?
Oh, yeah. So. Runs. And then.
So we'll move on to Genestealer Cults, turn 3.
So, after a long think about it, we paid 1 CP to have cult reinforcements and brought 3 of the neophytes that were in this unit back in the crater. There's only 1 left. There's now 4 of them, and they moved over there. We had the other unit that was kind of hiding behind here come out so that they can get line of sight on these guardsmen. My Magus moved in there, so we've agreed this. He's covered visibly in case there was any kind of shooting through that tiny gap. My unit of acolytes, my one acolyte, advanced this way. Got 2 on his advance roll, so we just got into that cover. My sector stayed still, and I paid 2 CP for waiting in ambush, which basically when a unit with cult ambush arrives from reinforcements, which this guy was in reinforcements last turn, comes back at the end of my movement phase, allows me to come back within 3 inches, but I can't charge, but I can shoot, most importantly. So I'm down to 1 CP, and in fact I'm going to be down to 0 CP because I'm going to pay the other CP to have my Goliath Rock Grinder fight on full profile.
Okay.
So, end of movement.
Alright.
Psychic. Do the mental interrogation for my Magus onto a tank commander. Which goes off. So basically is a kind of action there. You should want to try and deny. You're in denial range.
My Psyker's dead.
Alright. It's good. So he's mentally interrogating your tank commander for plans.
Okay.
And then I think it's shooting. We'll start with the Goliath rock truck. So he's going to put... Has your Ministerial Priest got an invulnerable save?
He does, 4.
Okay. So we're going to start by putting all the shooting into the conscript unit.
Okay.
So it's 2d6 with a clearance incinerator. Wow. It's going to hurt. Really need this Goliath on 1 wound to power up here. So these are auto hits, 5 versus 3, so wounding on 3s. So it's that many saves at -1.
Alright, save 2 so far, and then 6 up, feel no pains. Alright, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 6. Yeah, so they're wiped.
Then we'll come over to this squad. We're going to fire into your guardsman there, your heroic guardsman. So we've actually only got special weapons left in this squad now.
Okay.
So we're going to fire with the seismic, heavy seismic cannon. So 6 shots hit on 4s. And it is strength 3 versus toughness 3. So it's 2 wounds at 0 AP.
So 5 ups. one goes through.
Okay, and then we're going to fire the Weber, which is Salt D3. So just one, but it's also hit, and it's strength 4 versus toughness 3, so winning on 3s.
Okay, AP?
0.
5 up. Another one.
And then we're going to fire the mining laser, which seems a bit of an overkill. He misses. And then we're going to fire the grenade launcher on Frag.
Okay, so 3. Up over 6.
3, yep. So no hits. And then we're going to fire this other unit. So it's a mining laser, which hits and wounds.
Okay. Yep, I think it's probably just a dead one.
Yep, and then we'll do the grenade launcher again. Frag, so 4 shots. So 1 wound, 0 AP.
Nope, it's another one.
And then I think the seismic cannon is the last thing. So not a single wound. Okay. And then critically over here, we've got the Kilomorph. So going to try and repeat what he did in the last battle.
Wipe them both out.
Yeah. We're going to fire 3 shots at one squad and 3 shots at the other squad. So they hit on 2s. So it's 3 hits, generating 3 more hits. 6 hits in total. Strength 4 versus toughness 3. So only 2 wounds this time, -1.
-1. 5 ups.
Oh, both made it.
You're good.
And then on the other squad.
Okay.
So 3 shots, generating 3 more. Oops. 3. So that's 5 hits in total. Strength 4 versus toughness 3. So 3 at -1.
2 go through.
And they're 2 damage apiece.
Alright, so I'll take the ones that were in cover.
Okay. And I think that is the end of our shooting. I don't think we're going to do any charges.
Okay. So, combat. So, 4 attacks from my priest into the truck. Let's see if he can do it. And on 4s.
Oh.
Alright. Wounding on 4s because of his shredder. Wounds. AP 0.
It's a wound, so this is a 4 up. And this is going to be a 6 up. No. So, question is, does he explode? Nope.
Okay.
So.
Priest is a hero. I've got some morale to take. So they lost 4 and their leadership 7. So I need a 1, 2, or 3. Okay.
Huh.
Brave. Alright. And then leadership 6. They lost 2. So for the back mortar squad, so 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're good. Alright, so we'll move on to Imperial Guard. Turn 4. So here we are after my movement phase. I've advanced this squad so that it can get on top of the boxes and start getting closer to that objective for next turn. And then I've moved this squad into the windows so the plasma gun and at least 1 las gun can lend their firepower to wiping them out. My tank commander has moved 6 inches, so over half his movement, and he can now see one of those squads, but he will only be able to fire his cannon once. I've moved my company commander into the crater. He's gonna attempt to charge him if I can't kill him with close range mortars and las guns. So we'll move on, and I've moved my Ministorum Priest up to the wall there. So now we'll move on to shooting. So we'll start with orders. Tank Commander is going to issue a take aim to himself. He's going to unload everything into that squad of 3 neophytes there, because that's all he can see. So I'll start with the heavy bolters. These are hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of his order. They all hit. Wounding on 3s.
Right on the open, right?
Yeah.
So these are 6 ups. Make 2, fail 4. And they don't have any feel no pain, so squad bite.
Next, my company commander will issue take aim to this front squad of mortars. They will on a 4-up he'll affect that back squad of single mortar, which it doesn't. And then on a 4-up he'll issue them a second order, which he does, and he'll issue bring it down, which is reroll once to wound. So they will be shooting at they'll be shooting at this squad of neophytes right here. So number of shots. 13, hitting on 4s. Rerolling all misses. 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s. So 5 saves at minus 0 AP.
Okay, so he's a 4-up invulnerable. He fails 3.
Oh, this was at the...
Oh, 5, so yeah, I think that's right.
Okay. And then he's going to issue take aim to this last mortar, and it's going to shoot at this guy. So number of shots. 3. So rerolling all misses. So all 3 hit. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, AP 0.
So he's on 4 up, so 1 goes through.
Okay. And then the las gun that base has. Rerolling all misses. 1 hit. And no wounds. I should have shot the other las guns, forgot to declare them. The company commander has a las pistol, which hits. Wounds.
4 up, saved.
So we've got a plasma gun and a las gun in the windows there. They're going to shoot in at the Magus.
Okay.
So rapid fire plasma, I'm going to supercharge it. He kills himself. I'm going to reroll it. So 2 hits, strength 8, so 2s, 2 wounds, minus 3.
So 6 ups. Makes 1, fails 1.
2 damage. And then the las gun. 1 hit. No wounds. So then we've got the Ministorum Priest here. He's got a las pistol. He's going to shoot at the Acolyte, but miss. And then my Basilisk. I'm going to shoot my Basilisk in at this thing.
Kill him off.
Kill him off. So 2d6, picking the highest, and then I can reroll one of them. Alright, so 5. So 5 shots hitting on 4s. Rolling 1s. So 2 hits, and then strength 9. 2 wounds, AP minus 3.
Okay, so 4 up invulnerable. Makes 1, fails 1.
Alright, D3 damage. For 3. Ugh. Lucky. So now we will go to the charge phase. I'm going to charge this Acolyte. 6. So the Acolyte is going to set to defend.
Yep.
And
Gives
then
him +1 to hit on his attacks back, assuming he survives.
Gotcha. Alright, so Priest gets 5 attacks on the charge. Hitting on 4s, rerolling all misses. Ah. Alright, so 2 hits. Wounding on 4s, because that's what his sword does. 1 wound, AP 0.
AP 0, so he's on a 5-up save, so made it.
Alright, so your attack's back.
Okay, so he gets 2 attacks, and he's got the rock saw. So he's normally hitting on 3s, but because he's set defend, he's hitting on 2s, which is very lucky. And it is times 2 strength, so wounding on that, and it is -4, 2 damage.
4 up invul. 2 damage?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna command reroll it. Oh! That's the end of my turn. So, move on to Genestealer Cult's turn 4.
Turn 4. Okay, so the last desperate roll of the dice. My Magus is moving out. He's gonna charge that unit, believe it or not. My Sanctus has moved up to engage the unit coming over the top of the boxes. And that's the end of my movement. Psychic. My Magus is going to cast Undying Vigor on the Acolytes over here. Which does not go off. That may be critical. And then he's going to cast Smite, which does go off on the nearest unit, which is the one he's closest to. So D3, so 3 mortals. We'll start with him in shooting, which is almost something he never does. But he's got an auto pistol, so pistol 1, so hitting on 3 against the unit in there, he's missed. My Sanctus is going to fire at the unit that he's right next to. So hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s, and that is a mortal wound.
Okay. So 6 up. So another wound goes through.
And it's D3 wounds.
Oh.
Well, not that it matters, right? Cause
yeah. Well, I won't put it on my... Oh. Yeah, I'm going to put it on my missile, so go ahead and roll. Alright. Gamble paid off. Okay.
And then the Acolyte squad are going to fire their flamers.
Yep.
So we've got 4 hand flamers into the Minister and Priest. So that's 46, that's 5, 15 shots. 3 versus 2 plus 3. 6.
6 4-ups. So 3 goes through, and he's got 2 wounds left. So he's dead.
And then charges.
Yep.
So my Magus is going to charge the guardsman coming through the window, which he's in. This is going to be a moment to shine for my Magus.
Yep.
My Sector is going to charge the unit coming over the top, which is plenty. So he's in combat 2.
Okay.
And I don't think anyone else is within range of a charge. So.
No, where do you want to start?
Well, we will start with my Magus. So he gets 3 attacks, and he's hitting on 3s. So 2 hits, and it is the 4 stave, which is strength 6. So 2s, so 2 wounds at -1.
So 6 ups. 2 go through.
2 go through.
And that's the squad wiped.
Wow. Okay, that's the best my Magus has ever done. And then the Sanctus gets 4 attacks. And he's hitting on 2s. So 3 hit. And is it's just regular weapon. It's a regular weapon, so it's 3 wounds, 0 AP.
Alright, 5 ups. So 2 go through, which kills my missile and my plasma.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have made 2 more additional attacks with familiar claws.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
It's 2 hits. It's both on his weapon skill. And it's strength 4 versus toughness 3, so 1 wound, 0 AP.
Alright, so 5 up. Alright, so actually he didn't take a wound, because that would have killed him.
Perfect.
So that killed an infantry squad, that killed an infantry squad, and that killed my priest.
Oh yeah.
That's bad. Alright, so I have no morale, and we'll move on to my final turn. I gotta get on that objective. So here we are after the Imperial Guard movement phase. I've stayed put with the mortars, but I've rammed my tank right into the compound. Probably going to move in my shooting phase with my tank order. And then I've also stayed put with my basilisk here. So we're gonna kick off the shooting phase with some orders. I'm gonna issue take aim. I'm going to shoot the mortars at the Sanctus. Try and get some experience from killing characters, hopefully. So, number of shots, 11.
5 ups. Means that he is dead.
Alright. Sucks that I have to get on that objective. Well, I don't even know if you can fit.
I doubt he's going to be able to fit through the gap, but whether he's within 3 inches, that is the question.
I don't think so. Alright. So...
I may win a ferric victory here.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm gonna unload the Punisher into the Magus.
Magus,
yeah, it's the only thing you can see. So... he's gonna... Oh, wait, I've got another mortar team. So, he's gonna issue that mortar, the one that they weren't affected by. So, number of shots he'll be shooting at these acolytes.
Yeah.
So 5 wounds on the acolytes.
5 wounds, and
They're getting cover.
they're getting cover, so they are on a 4-up save. So 2 go through.
All right.
And no shrugs at this point, so let's take 2 off.
The tank commander is gonna issue himself reroll 1s to hit. Start with the heavy bolters. 4 at -1, but you're in cover.
On my mouse, it's going to need a miracle. I don't think. What is it? -1?
Yeah, -1.
Yep. So it's 2 go through.
No, 2
4
damage.
damage. So
Yeah.
Magus is unfortunately gone as well.
All right. And then we'll shoot the basilisk at the acolytes.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend 2 command points, my last 2 command points, on overlapping fields of fire, so the basilisk will be getting +1 to hit against these acolytes. So 2d6 number of shots. 5. Okay, good. So 5 shots, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s.
Hey, one survived.
Oh, do they have shrugs?
And they don't have a shrug up, no, because he
Okay.
failed to get his power off.
Cool. So
So we'll take it down again to just this one rock saw guy.
oh gosh. Alright. Well, that's my turn. I've officially lost, but we can play out your game and see if you get any experience.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he comes back. So he's got to take morale.
Oh yeah.
They lost 4, so, and that's him running away.
Oh.
So, unfortunately, he flees the battle right at the end. It's an ignominious way to go.
Yeah.
And a very pyrrhic victory, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, good fight.
Yep. So I lost. Well, it was great having you on the channel again.
Of course. Yeah, that was a fantastic battle, and nice to have the rematch. Nice to play against the guard again. It's definitely tough against all that shooting, but it's a good combination. One army does really good on the shooting, one army does great on the close combat.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's always a fantastic game whenever I play. So,
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
That was a bloodbath, as
Yeah,
always.
bloodbath in the middle.